nobody do it like Boss Land. What's up, my dog?
Man, I can't even call it, dog. But I think this is an important conversation to have, man. I know
it is.
You know, we probably on opposite sides of this thing, man. But we gonna talk through it. We gonna walk together, talk together. We gonna get an understanding on this, man.
That's what it is.
It gotta happen.
It gotta happen. See, and I'm glad you said it the way that you said it, because you know, I know the spirit of you. I know the spirit of me. We don't care about like trying to be right. We just want the best. You know what I'm saying? So Landlord trying to get up in here. Lou should be on his way. A lot of people been wanting this discussion between us, you know, because you're a good mind and, you know what I'm saying, you're a good debater. So let's go ahead and kick it off, bro. Like, you know where I'm coming from. I would, if we could do a trade for trade, I would be all the way for getting Crosby, you know, straight up player for player. Now, first and foremost, if we can get both, I want to say I'm for getting both first. But if it's a situation where we can't, and I really don't believe we can, based on how we do business in Dallas, right? I think we go fuck ourselves up in terms of cap, right? Which we always do, right? And limit ourselves, then I would go with Maxx Crosby just based on what we need as a team. You know, so obviously this has become a national discussion, a national debate. It's already articles being written about this. It's a lot of people talking about this. And I don't think this is for clicks. This is because you got two dope dudes and we all trying to figure out what's the best path forward. So what's your thoughts on that?
Man, this is my feelings on that, man. You know me personally. I would prefer to have both of them as well. Because there's a path forward to where you can sign George Pickens and you can make a move to bring in, you know, Maxx Crosby, you know, for a couple picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a path forward to where that is actually possible. You can clear the salary cap, and even if you bring Maxx Crosby in, he does not have to play on the $30 million cap hit. You can restructure or extend him depending on what you want to do once you get him in the building to, you know, make it more palatable, you know, for your cap to massage it out. Right. And, you know, a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, if I'm not mistaken, they have like $400 million pushed back to 2029, the most in the NFL by a very wide margin. Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, you know, they got like 111. You know what I'm saying? So if you just talk about how they're pushing the money back, you know, there's actually a method to the madness, because the TV money will be kicking in around then. So they're expecting the salary cap to maybe even double, you know, by the time that stuff happens. So the teams that are being ultra aggressive right now, signing the contracts that they're signing, because remember, they signed their quarterback, they've signed 2 wide receivers, they signed their offensive tackle, their left tackle, they signed their tight end, you know, and you know, like the investments they made on defense. That's why, you know, they got one of the cheapest defenses in the league, because everybody on their defense is on rookie deals for the most part, outside of like Zach Bond, right? They got a couple, you know, veterans. So, you know, so this is the question I really want to ask about the Maxx Crosby thing, because I am a proponent of defense wins championships. I do believe that. You know, I've done enough research. You know, I can show you why the Dallas Cowboys have failed in the postseason. They're the 25th ranked, you know, playoff defense in the league since 2016. They're awful. Right. You know, especially when it gets to them big games, them boss fights, they never really show up. Right. So my question to you, you know, just based on it, what is actually better to have? Because I did a little bit of leg work. None of the last 10 Super Bowl champions had what you would call like a premier, elite, generational pass rusher. They have rooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, none of them, if I'm not mistaken, edge-wise, have a double-digit sack edge guy. You look at how the Seattle Seahawks are constructed. They got 3 guys with 7 sacks, and then D-Law got 6. You know, the opposing team that made it, they didn't have a double-digit sack guy. So when we talk about the acquisition of getting a Maxx Crosby, is that, you know, the way to go, or are we following the trend of the last 10 years of just building a super dope ass, you know, pass rushing room